best known for their Bollywood performances.
Take everyone with us onto the other side. I mean, there's world cinema. There's cinema right now all over that's just joining up, and we're joining hands, with people from outside as well.
They have recently lent voices for an audio thriller.
When it comes to being independent producers, independent filmmakers, although both of us have no experience, but maybe one learns from one's mistakes.
NewsX India A-List proudly recognizes Ali Fazal and Richa Chadda for excellence in entertainment.
Hello and welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview as part of our NewsX A-List series. We're in conversation with two very well-known actors who need no introduction, but this time it's a very different content that they're coming out with. Yes, their first Spotify original called Virus 2062. I'm talking about Ali Fazal and Richa Chadda. Welcome both of you to NewsX. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
So nice to be here with you again.
Yes, well, Richa is, of course, very loyal in her promotion. So I'm going to begin with her because I can see Virus 2062 and Spotify and a Hindi audio thriller right behind you. But not getting into any trouble, Ali. But no, let me begin with you, Richa. This is very different, of course. It's an audio thriller. It's, of course, I think the first time that Spotify has collaborated with stars from the Hindi film industry. So tell us, about what made you come on board and what appealed to you about
So, Mantra, this is a small industry and we all know each other, but Mantra Mukh has been involved in theatre and in radio for a while. So his company said that there's a script that has come from Spotify and it's one of their international properties which they want to do in India. And when we read the script, it was so meta and so interesting, as you can see from the little visual trailer that we've done, and also it gave us the opportunity to work together. Ali and I have both done a little bit of theater. So we have like that interest in doing a radio play, in creating drama with just your voice was something that I was interested in, that he was interested in. In fact, the day before the recording, he spent time going over everything and making notes about the dialogue and things. So I was really excited on two counts of doing something original with Spotify, and obviously the opportunity to work with Ali, because we live together now. We've been friends, we've been partners, but we've never really worked together. So this is a good beginning, I think.
Yeah. True. Well, Ali, what was the clinching factor, apart from, of course, also working with Richa on this project? What appealed to you to actually come on board and do something like this for Spotify?
Well, I remember a long time back. This was during my college. I was, doing a little bit of theater in Bombay, and I chanced upon this one BBC radio play that we did. It was a Shakespeare play called The Two Gentlemen from Verona. And so they brought it on radio. And I remember, of course, years later, I went to London and I was working there. And I used to see that BBC radio plays are, or whatever, radio plays as they are. They're a big thing still. And I was very fascinated with the way the sounds created, visuals. And of course, in cinema also we do that. But you always have the visual aid. But here you're purely using your voice. And there are scenes and there are stretches of scenes that we've played out between each other that probably have no background sound. They have nothing, and it's just pure voice. And it's something like you get to peep inside the person, and the world, and you can create anything. I thought that was really fascinating. I think that was my buy-in.
And the story as well, if one were to hear this, say, 5 years ago, it would be like this really crazy, a sci-fi thriller. But right now we're, pretty much living through something like this in the world of today. So was that also something interesting for you? The fact that, of course, people would be able to relate to it, as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is also me. I love sci-fi. There's a part of me that likes it, loves it, and we've all been fascinated with the future and what's going to happen. And of course, we were literally, we've grown up watching movies, and I think we all feel like we're in one right now. Post 2019, which is been a topsy-turvy world. And this is 2062. This guy is coming back from there, and I kid you not, man. That like the way these guys have written it, it's bizarre. It's almost you buy it.
Yeah.
It's not just okay. There's one thing we are dramatically playing it out, but then there are things that just make sense, and you feel like, okay, I could follow one narrative, I could follow another one, and maybe I'm already in one of them.
True.
And it's all possible. It all seems possible now, of course, after 2019. Anything is possible. So, God, I mean, even UFOs have made a landing, and they found their way to kind of poke at us, which I find really obnoxious, because if there are aliens, I mean, they would know how to conceal themselves and not just randomly be spotted. So, but anyway, over to you, Richard. Yeah.
Yes, Richa, you want to come in there? Yeah.
Sorry, Ali, aliens are great, but I think that
no, we have nothing to do with the aliens in this one. But yeah, I'm saying.
So I'm sure we'll discover, the FBI declassified. Anyway, we've gone really off topic. Tell us.
You're already ideating for the next script, I think. You're already ideating for the next. But is this, exciting times for an actor, Richa, in the industry? You have content like this coming now. This is a completely different medium, as you're saying, where you can explore your voice, as Ali was just talking about, no background, but just your voices. You both have theater background, of course, so that helps. You're doing content like Madam Chief Minister on the big screen. You also have now the digital medium, the OTT, which has really boomed, particularly in the last year and a half. So exciting for an actor to have these new mediums and new stories in all forms.
I think definitely exciting, and I actually see a lot of actors doing more like podcasts and doing more. I know that Kalki used to do one about like just conversations and things. I know people have done those kind of podcasts, but to do like a dramatic podcast with an audience, that's really interesting. I think it's a great time to be an actor. But right now there is a problem of plenty. I mean, of course, that is also intermittent. Whenever the lockdown's not there, everyone's shooting. Whenever it's back again, everyone's back, holed into their houses. So for me, I think the biggest challenge right now is like quality control. Safe to say both Ali and I are past the point where we can, make the what we call purani pap mistakes. So one has to be really careful with choices. And the thing is, with this boom on the OTT space, like God knows how long it'll last. There is an urgent need to filter out because just like now everything is being made, so that is also there. So I think that's the only challenge now, the how to filter out the TV-ish OTT, how to filter that out and stick to the good series, the well-written stuff with the good makers.
And one person who I think may be modest and will not take credit for that, but truly deserves a lot of the credit is Mr. Mirzapur himself, Ali, of course, who is in the house with us. But do you believe that this is a time when audience is appreciating good content in all forms, Ali? And perhaps that's one of the reasons why you also have chosen this time to start your joint production with the production house with Richa as well.
I mean that definitely is one reason. Also, the reason me not jumping into more shows right now is because it takes a lot of time and effort and focus, and sometimes feel I'm a little less on those fronts. That is going to be a big thing to deal with, right? Like with the right quality that we're putting out there. The reason why we created a production house was also to take everyone with us onto the other side. I mean, there's world cinema. There's cinema right now all over that's just joining up, and we're joining hands, with people from outside as well for our first production. And so it's interesting. It's a nice time to kind of share notes finally after years, maybe decades, with the rest of the clan out there who's out there doing the work, putting in the hours. And so I mean, there's going to be content for everybody. I think people have become smarter, but there's also simultaneously, the corporate, culture that's going to come in and say, you know what, I'm going to fill your ceiling up with lots of content. And so we're going to be little algorithms just moving around and happy in our own little worlds. And I suppose we'll have to somewhere find equilibrium. So let's see. I mean, we're all working towards it, and but podcast is something so interesting, and I feel like it's almost addictive.
Yeah,
because you're sitting in the studio and it's just a new form, and nobody can touch you because it's your voice.
True.
It's your little fingerprint.
True.
So yeah.
And once again, before we end on a Virus 2062 note, just talking about this new production of yours, Richa, how is the shoot going? How was your experience in a place very close to us, Dehradun, where you were, of course, shooting and exploring? You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry, my headphones have died. So, and there's my cats and my house help. So I'll just put myself on mute. Sorry about that. We haven't begun shooting actually. We are just in the process of fundraising. We've applied to a few grants, won a few grants also. The script has been to 3 script labs already, including Berlinale this year. It got into the Gotham City, which is huge. I mean, I feel really proud of that. I mean, I think we're doing the right things when it comes to being independent producers, independent filmmakers, although both of us have no experience, but maybe one learns from one's mistakes. So in that sense, I think we're doing the right things in terms of spending time on the content, giving the director what she wants, and trying to fulfill her vision, and still trying to make a quality product. In fact, we have a pitch session tomorrow. We are up for another grant, for which we had gone to shoot a teaser in Dehradun. Again, another beautiful ex-Roscoe stepped in to help. We shot on their property called Damsher, which is gorgeous. I'm sure it's like somewhat of a local landmark in Dehradun.
Have you been there? You know about this? Dalanwala.
I haven't.
It's really cool, huh? He's put up a bed and breakfast thing there. It's very, very cool.
It's beautiful. Okay. So we got the perfect ambience for our hill town boarding school thing, and just so this generosity of Doscos is really overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
You know, I went to a regular school.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. But amazing, great stuff, and good luck to you as you of course continue this process. But last word to you then, Ali. On Virus 2062, why people should go out and hear it once it's streaming, and also would you be open to doing more such podcasts in the future too?
Oh hell yeah! I mean this is something. In fact, I've already we were chatting the other day with someone from Spotify and Mantra himself, and we're already cracking on new ideas and new productions that we want to bring in on the podcast front, because this is amazing. It's so nice because it's bringing back people, maybe not to reading books, but some form of using your own brains and using your own imaginations, which over time I think we've lost because of the visual aid that everybody's so stuck to, and our screens and our phones and our TVs, that it's almost like somebody's just taking you along through those 24 hours and just dropping you then finally on your bed and saying, now you sleep. So I think this is a great way, and definitely, I mean, I know I'm going to be back. I think both of us are. So,
Okay. Well, kudos to Team Spotify for this content, of course, in India. And thank you so much, Richa Chadha and Ali Fazal, for joining us once again on NewsX.
Thanks for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Our next guest for the day is well-known lyricist Rocky Khanna. He, along with singer Jubin Nautiyal, has made a memorable combination, and they've been churning out some major hits along the lines. Some of Rocky Khanna's songs have been major chartbusters. Listen in.
Popular for his hit songs lyrics,
you get that feeling and then you start going in that journey of that feeling, and you start getting all sorts of nuances of that feeling. That's how you make a song.
His songs are major chartbusters.
We all learned basically the basics well in this pandemic, I think.
NewsX India A-List proudly recognizes Rocky Khanna for excellence in songwriting and music.
Hello and welcome to NewsX India A-List. I am Priyanka Sharma, and joining on the broadcast today is well-known lyricist Rocky Khanna. Rocky, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi Priyanka, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. So, Rocky, we have all heard your songs, but not a lot of people know you as a person. Tell us about your journey till now. Were you always inclined towards music?
Not really. I was a writer director,
Okay.
and I used to live in Bombay, and I met Mohit Chauhan.
Mhm.
Mohit Chauhan and me used to live together in a room, basically, and we created a lot of music, and we that's how we made Guncha Koi
Okay.
in a film Main Meri Patni Aur Wo. So we made a lot of music that time, and that's how my musical journey basically I got inclined towards music.
Okay. So tell us about the reason behind your successful partnership with Jubin Nautiyal. You both have delivered some chartbuster songs together. How did it all start?
Actually, I was doing a film, and in that film, I was working with Jubin, and Jubin was very new at that time.
Okay.
And we started making music. That film didn't got made, but we started making music, and we started making a lot of music. So we made some 7 to 8 albums at that time. It's all thematic based songs. So we wanted to experiment and release a song and see how the response is on the music. So we released Hum Nawa Mere, and that got a major success with the audiences. That's how we started making music, and
We have also
our
heard
journey began.
that mountains are now taking you both to Hollywood. What is the big secret?
See, during the pandemic, basically, we got a chance to do this Hollywood film called Initiation. And we had to unlearn everything and start on a new slate, basically, in that film. And because the sound over there, what they like, is a very different sound than what we do over here in this country. So we created this song called Breaking the Rules with Jubin Nautiyal, and one more song called Boozy Bougie for that film.
How was it creating music amid the pandemic?
That's what, in the pandemic, we got a chance to make this Hollywood film called Initiation. We made music for that film, and
Right.
we created a lot of other songs as well.
Was it difficult to create music alone, or did you enjoy the process and the time that you got to yourself amid the lockdown?
Yes, I did completely. I was not getting that time to make that music because we were busy working.
Right.
And in the lockdown, we all got time to make music, and that's how we made this English songs called Breaking the Rules and Bougie Bougie. And also, we made a lot of other songs as well, which you will hear in the coming times.
What is your process of creating the music? How do you find inspiration, and what is your writing process?
Writing process, see, a song is a feeling basically.
Right.
You get that feeling, and then you start going in that journey of that feeling, and you start getting all sorts of nuances of that feeling. That's how you make a song, and that's how you end up making a song.
On a personal note, how did you cope with the past year and a half, and what were some of your key learnings?
Key learnings, we all actually got that how human lives can be so delicate. Basically, we all can be so easily affected by a certain thing which can come anytime. That's how, and we all learned basically the basics well in this pandemic, I think.
Now, along with your Hollywood project and the songs that you have made, what are some of your upcoming projects that we can look forward to?
See, with Jubin, we have made Hum Nawa Mere, and that got success basically. So you could say, we are making a song right now where it will come out, and you could say it is on those lines basically. It could be Hum Nawa 2.
So, a lot of first, yeah, please go ahead.
Mhm. Yeah. That apart from that, I made music with a lot of newcomers also. So I'm making some other songs as well with them. There's a singer called Ashish Bhatt. I made a song called Ranjha Miya with him. And now I'm making another song which will release in October.
Along with making music, are there some of your other avenues that you want to explore in the coming years?
Yeah, I am a writer director basically, and I would like to make films and create more music on those films.
Hmm. Can you tell us more about your directorial journey?
Directorial journey is not big. I have made this video with Jubin. We made a song called Hai Pyar Kiya.
Hmm.
And Hai Pyar Kiya, in that film, in that song, I made the video also for that song.
Okay.
There was Kritika Kamra also starring in it.
Lastly, what would be your advice to those young aspirants who want to become a lyricist and who want to make their big Bollywood debut as a director?
I would say, lage raho. And don't lose hope, basically. Don't lose hope, and one day, someday, your journey will begin.
Right. Well, that's a wrap from our end. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, and all the best for your
Thank you,
future
Priyanka.
endeavors.
Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Thank you.
And our final guest for the day is prolific actor Raj Arjun. Recently, he starred as Sai Baba in the series Sabka Sai, which is streaming on MX Player. Take a look at this conversation.
Known for his versatile roles in films,
I have earned enough hatred and abuses in my previous roles and all. So I was just craving to earn love.
he has starred as Sai Baba in Sabka Sai.
So I was doing pretty well enough to my other roles and in that particular category. So I wanted to establish myself in that first.
NewsX India A-List proudly recognizes Raj Arjun for excellence in acting.
Hello and welcome, Amudaya Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this interview as part of our NewsX A-List series. We're in conversation today with actor Raj Arjun. Raj Arjun, of course, is playing the protagonist in MX Player's new web series, Sabka Sai. Raj Arjun, welcome to NewsX. Firstly, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Uday.
Let me just begin, by talking a bit about your role. What convinced you to play Sai Baba? There is so much of respect for Sai Baba in our country. What made you come on board this project, Raj, to essay the title role?
Well, I have earned enough hatred and abuses in my previous roles and all. So I was just craving to earn love and respect, and I just wanted a lot of love from my audience and from my co-actors and all. So I was continuously in search of something which can fulfill my requirement as an actor, which can satisfy me as an actor.
Yeah.
And that search made me go through this journey and all.
Yeah, true. From a villain, you not just become a hero, but you've become a saint. And is it true that you were offered this role in the past and you said no multiple times? Is that correct? Not just for this series, but the role of Sai Baba you were offered before.
Yes, you would be surprised to know that I was offered Sai Baba's role twice before this. So this is the third time it was happening. And I actually felt that I am not ready to do Sai Baba's role because I am not literate enough about Sai Baba. Because see, everybody goes through to a limited knowledge when he's not into that subject too much. Until and unless I was not given that opportunity. So I see Sai as Baba, I see Sai as one. So that respect is there, but I was not too much into it. And also I was doing pretty well enough to my other roles and in that particular category. So I wanted to establish myself in that first. And then little later, I wanted to explore this side. But suddenly I got an offer from somewhere for this, Sai Baba before, and then again for the second time. And at that particular time, I said, no, I'm not ready because I know it is a challenging role and it needs a lot of things from your heart, from your soul, emotion-wise. And you have to be at that present moment at that time. So I thought I am not prepared, but somehow it was destined to happen.
Yeah.
Because I said no, and then it again came to me. I again said no, and then it again came to me. And then finally, when third time it came to me, I couldn't dare to say suddenly no. I thought there is some universal calling, because it doesn't happen usually that one actor in the duration of 2 months has been offered same role thrice. So I thought that it is something happening and I should understand that and I should just receive it. And I am really honored and I'm really privileged and feel that I have made such a good decision of my life to accept this role.
No doubt, it was destined for you, as you said. It was destined for you, and you're looking the part. I think full marks to the team for your look, the prosthetics, of course, the makeup and the costume. You're really looking the part. But you must have learned, of course, about Sai Baba's life through the research for this role, through the preparation. What is it about him you believe that has made him gain this kind of prominence in our country? That people have so much of astha और साई के इतने बड़े भक्त हैं हमारे देश में. What is it, that quality or the principles on which he lived?
See, when you look at Sai and what we have tried on the label, that we have tried to show his human side, and we have not tried to show that it is God who is teaching you lessons, or it is someone who's so big and he's trying to feed you something, and there is no spoon feeding kind of a thing. And if you go back in the history, if you read something about Sai and all, what I realized and how I took it, that he was an enlightened man who was born at that particular time, but he was born with futuristic thought. He was much ahead from his time at that particular moment. And gradually, when he started growing up, he happened to meet with such personalities who had a lot of influence on his life. जैसे कि उन्हें फकीर बाबा ने पाला. तो now what happens कि हमारे संस्कार और जो हमारी परवरिश से आते हैं, वो धीरे-धीरे subconsciously work करने लगते हैं. So फकीर बाबा actually taught him to live without anything. वो मोह माया से छूट गए और दुनिया में सबका भला करना है, सबका अच्छा सोचना है, किसी में कोई दूसरा देखना ही नहीं है, हर किसी में भगवान देखना है. ये उन्होंने फकीर बाबा से सीख लिया और फकीरी में जिंदगी को जीना उन्होंने सीख लिया, समझ लिया. वो लेसन, क्योंकि वो फकीर बाबा के साथ 8 साल रहे अपनी जिंदगी के, तो वो लेसन उनकी जिंदगी के जहन में सब अंदर उतर गया. तो उनकी जिंदगी का एक जो पड़ाव है, जो बचपन का पड़ाव है, उनकी एजुकेशन उसमें स्ट्रांग हो गई. फिर शास्त्रों का ज्ञान उन्हें वेंकुशा से मिल गया. तो देन ही वाज अ परफेक्ट अमलगेमेशन ऑफ अ पर्सनालिटी, ऑफ एनलाइटेंड पर्सनालिटी. और कुछ कार्मिक कनेक्शन हम लेके आते हैं अपने पूर्व जन्मों से, तो वो कुछ पूर्व जन्मों का हो गया और इस तरह की एजुकेशन उनकी हो गई. तो उन्होंने क्या हुआ कि किसी में दूसरा देखा ही नहीं. उन्होंने बचपन में ये जान लिया कि हर आदमी में मौला का रूप है. हम सब अल्लाह के बच्चे हैं, हम सब ईश्वर के बच्चे हैं. तो उस एजुकेशन को जब वो आगे बढ़ाने लगे, तो उनकी जो रूहानियत है, जो सूफियत है, वो धीरे धीरे फैलने लगी. और उन गुणों की वजह से लोग उन्हें पूजने लगे, लोग उन्हें मानने लगे, और एक तरह से एक संत, एक फकीर, एक बुद्ध, एक एनलाइटेंड आदमी जो है वो का जन्म हुआ उस बहाने.
I have to also, of course, ask you about this is, of course, indeed a very special project for you, but and there's another special project which you've also done, which you've in fact just won Best Actor for. So congratulations for that. Tell us about that, how it feels winning that award, and also about the project and how it was working with Nasiruddin Shah for it, someone who you also had a very special connect with.
Yes, he is a legend. And I really wanted to work with him from a long time. There is a very interesting incident which I want to share with you. Long back, I was given a letter by my guru, Habib Tanveer Saab. And because I used to work with him in theatre in Bhopal. So he wrote a letter for Nasir Saab कि ये एक लड़का मैं भेज रहा हूँ भोपाल से, please इसको theatre में काम दे दो.
Okay.
And you couldn't believe, I couldn't access to Nasir Saab. I couldn't reach to him. And I still have that letter as an asset with me. And the very first thing I shared this with Nasir Saab when I met him on set कि मेरे पास आज तक वो लेटर है जो हबीब साहब ने आपके लिए लिख के दिया था और मैं आपके साथ थिएटर में काम करना चाहता था. and see how does life changes. What is the irony of life that today, after ages, I'm actually sharing on a screen with him. And I just messaged him yesterday that Nasisa I have got an award for our film. We shared the screen together. This is the film, The Miniaturist of Junagadh. And see, Sai is releasing on 26th.
Yes.
And 25th night, I got a call from Toronto.
Imagine.
That you are getting a Best Actor award in Toronto for this film and all. So I think it is a blessing, or something is happening in universe, which I always believe. You just leave it. You don't plan anything. You work and then forget it and then move ahead. Somebody is noticing your work. Somebody is seeing it, and somebody else is planning for you. So you don't have to plan a lot of things in life.
Very happy for you, and you truly deserve all the praise, and of course all this much deserved success, Raj Arjunji, because your craft, of course, has spoken for itself. Just looking back now at your career before we close, what do you believe has been the game-changing project for you? You've done a lot of work in cinema, of course, in the Hindi film industry, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam. But what has been, you believe, your game changer of a project, a film that changed the game for you, or you believe got you the recognition that you deserve?
I feel, and you would definitely understand, because the way this conversation is going and all, I can easily share with you. See, one has to do a lot of films, a lot of work to survive as an actor, to prove to himself first that, okay, he's alive as an actor. That's what I was doing. I always wanted to do something very big. I had big dreams when I left Bhopal. And I used to tell my family and my parents and all that कि मैं एक दिन बहुत बड़ा काम करूँगा. And they used to say कि तू crockery का business करने वापस आएगा. So only my father was there who used to support me and all.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then to survive as an actor, I was doing whatever was coming on my way, because subconsciously there was a thought continuously that because of this work, I will get something else which is bigger than this, bigger than that. So that didn't happen. And in that journey, I did a lot of films. A lot of films, near about 14, 15 films in small roles and all. And then one day I realized that this is not taking me anywhere, nor that it is giving me any fulfillment of being an actor. It was not giving me satisfaction too. So I thought, let me just stop and let me just work on my craft, and let me just find out, what do I want? Do I really want to continue this journey like this, or I want to hold? And that day, universe started helping me out. I stayed and sat at home for near about 2-3 years, and things started changing. And then I got this film called Secret Superstar.
Of course, yeah.
And that was a turning point of my life. And you won't believe, see, I believe that it is a combination of your talent, your destiny, your past karma, and your hard work.
Yeah.
It is a combination of that. A lot of people say, "Arey, ye to destiny hai." A lot of people say, "Arey, hard work hai, arey, talent hai." I say it is the right time.
Okay.
If I am a good actor, I was a good actor at that time too.
True.
So it is just a timing.
Okay.
What I want to try to tell you कि आपको अपने क्राफ्ट पे काम करते रहना है ईमानदारी से. वो जब होना है वो हो जाएगा, और वो नहीं होगा तो वो परमात्मा की इच्छा है. उसको समझना जरूरी है कि जिंदगी हमें जीने के लिए मिली है. अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो कुछ और किसी और के लिए लिखा है, तो बहुत अच्छा होना है.
Something is written, trust that. और आपके साथ हुआ with Secret Superstar, and now it's happening again with Sabka Sai. So let's
so Secret Superstar changed it fully. The whole life has been changed. And then again I was waiting कि अभी बहुत हो गया villain, बहुत हो गया negative, अब कुछ अलग हो जाए, ऐसा जो मैंने छुआ नहीं है. So then Sabka Sai came. So totally opposite.
पुरस्कार भी आ गया, जैसे मैंने कहा Best Actor पुरस्कार भी आ गया. So this is your second turning point, and of course the second game changer for you. Thank you so much, Raj Arjun, for joining us on this interview.
Thank you, Ray.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.